Hey everybody, Oni here with Honest Corner. It's been a few months since I made my last video, my first one, my only one. Um, I released it in June. It was about this DeWalt trimmer that I got. At the time, I just did like a little unboxing preview describing some of its features, reasons why I got it, and then I just kind of did a little test run. So now that it's been all summer and into fall that I've had the chance to use it, I got quite a bit of use out of it. I just wanted to kind of share my thoughts with you in regards to what I think about it. It's not all good. There's some good, but there's also some not so good. Pros and cons, so to speak. Let's go ahead and dive into the pros. So it's light versus the old model that I replaced. It's not noticeably lighter, but it's just overall light. I had a few friends come by and they're used to using gas ones, and they picked this up. They're like, wow, that's so light, especially without the battery. But as you know, you can have different size batteries on it. And see, the next thing, obviously foldable. I actually ended up using that a few times. My dad is out of town and I needed to cut his grass. And so driving over to his place, it was just nice to fold it up, throw it in the trunk, and get over there and get her done. Let's see. I do like that this kind of protective shield is a little bit bigger than the other one. So when just trimming, next to areas where there's maybe some rocks or other debris laying around, it wouldn't really kick it back as much. Especially wearing shorts. I know probably not the safest thing, but when it's hot outside, and if you get it kicked at you, you end up cutting your skin open. So that kind of helped. Let's see. Obviously, yeah, runtime really good. Just like the last one. I never had any issues with the battery dying on me. Again, it all is going to depend on what amperage the batteries are that you end up using. The ones that I'm using on this tool particularly are the 8 amp ones. DeWalt obviously has other sizes as well, or capacities. Durability, it's held up really nice. Also, I never had a single issue. This is actually a really nice thing, and I remember what the outgoing model, this did happen quite often, is where the spool, the trimmer line or string, would bind up, just due to how I loaded it, and the way that it was set up to load. If you didn't get it perfect, the line would cross and eventually bind up. So here it's kind of nice that I didn't have that issue because of the way the spool up feature is set up, which I actually never got to use because I still have plenty of line in there that it came with, which is shocking. Okay, so let's dive into the cons. I think the biggest con is the fact that they switched from a rounded shaft to a kind of a rectangular one. So with the old model, it allowed you to kind of loosen up the screws right here, and you could twist this handle to offset depending on how you like to hold it. So I usually like to hold it slightly, I guess you would call it 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock position instead of dead center at 12. Just because I feel like I'd get a little more elbow strain having my arm outstretched and locked like this. So that's kind of I think a slight setback, or not setback, but slight downgrade, so to speak. The next thing, as far as holding it here, I thought that it was pretty ergonomic. I'm not sure about the placement of this kind of second safety trigger. I guess, yeah, it was fine. Maybe a different position. I forget where it was in the other one, but I think it was either on top or on the bottom, but not on the side. So that wasn't too big of a deal. So let's see. Somebody did mention in the comments, that they were 6'2" and they wished it was a little bit longer. I'm 6'3". I didn't feel like it was too short. I think the main issue, again, it kind of revolves around the shape of the setup. The fact that you can't twist it, and then also because of this folding hinge and where it's at, it doesn't give you a lot of room to travel as far as moving the handle up and down. But as far as size, wasn't really bothered by it. Okay, and then one other, I don't know if you want to call it minor, but the head of this unit. So the old design was like more of a pancake size configuration. It was flatter and wider. This one is more of a bold shape, so it's less low profile. The other one was much thinner. It allowed you to get closer with the trimmer to whatever you were trimming. This especially helped if you're trimming grass like next to a sidewalk edge, or patio, or a fence, but mainly those two. And it would allow so that you wouldn't, dig in and accidentally clip the hard surface that you weren't trimming, the concrete. Here I noticed like I had to really be careful like when I'd be going in to get a precision cut, because if I got too close it would clip it. So there's definitely some dings and wear on the bottom, which I don't care. I mean, other than that, it's held up pretty good. I don't see any. The plastic is well made, but definitely something to be aware of is that just the profile change, and it's not as thin anymore. Okay, so I think basically I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up with overall what I buy this. I think if you come across the older outgoing model and it's significantly cheaper than this, I would just get that. I don't think that that's like a downgrade or a worse trimmer. So now, obviously, if you do come across this for the same price or on sale or close to the other one, I'd probably go with this still. The other thing I forgot to mention as far as a pro is, yeah, just overall using it, still, as far as vibration, throughout using it for the last few months, I didn't notice an increase in vibration or anything. It was much more subtle than the outgoing model. So, yeah, if I missed anything, let me know. Just tell me overall your thoughts if you have one of these in the comments. And so hopefully soon I have another video out for you. I think we're gonna move inside the house and talk about a gadget that I purchased for use there. Thanks everybody. Bye.